There are lots of things in life that can keep a person stuck. Sometimes it's circumstances, sometimes it's loneliness, sometimes it's grief, sometimes it's disappointment, and sometimes it's just the feeling that you're disconnected from the world around you. I think most people want roughly the same things out of life: good relationships, good memories, people they care about, people who care about them, a sense of belonging, and a sense that they are part of something bigger than themselves. I don't think that's unusual. I think that's human. But despite wanting those things, a lot of people end up in places mentally and emotionally that feel far away from them. Places where everything feels distant. Places where motivation disappears. Places where it's difficult to see a future worth moving towards. And if you're somebody who feels that way, I understand. I've been there more than once. And I think that's why I wanted to make this video. Not because I have answers. I don't. I don't have a solution for depression or the secret formula for happiness or a grand philosophy that will suddenly make everything make sense. What I do have is my own experience. And one thing I've learned from that experience is that time changes people in ways they often don't expect. Not necessarily their circumstances, not necessarily their problems, themselves. See, there are things that used to bother me deeply that no longer affect me the same way. And it's not because they disappeared or that I solved them. My relationship with them changed. My perspective changed. The way I understood them changed. Take something like death. When I was younger, death truly terrified me. It was one of those ideas that could completely consume my thoughts if I let it. And the strange thing is that death itself hasn't changed. It's still as inevitable as it was back then. Nothing about it has become less real or less serious. But over time, the way I felt about it changed. That realization taught me something important. Sometimes the thing that changes isn't the problem, it's us. And I think that's easy to forget when you're struggling. Because when you're in a difficult place emotionally, it can feel permanent. It can feel like this is how things will always be. This is who you'll always be. This is how you'll always see the world. But life has a funny way of proving us wrong. The person you are today isn't the person you'll be 5 years from now. The things you believe today won't necessarily be the things you believe 10 years from now. The fears you carry today may not even exist in the same form later in life. And I think that's worth remembering because perspective is constantly evolving, whether we realize it or not. Now, one of the questions that often comes up during difficult periods in life is, what's the point? What's the point of trying? What's the point of working? What's the point of getting out of bed? What is the point of any of this? And honestly, I think that's a fair question. I don't think people should be ashamed for asking it. A lot of people have asked it, but the conclusion I eventually arrived at might not be what everyone expects. Because I don't think life comes with built-in meaning. I don't think there's a universal answer waiting somewhere for us to discover. I don't think there's a page written somewhere that explains exactly who you're supposed to become. In fact, I think the opposite. I think life is a blank canvas, and I think that's what makes it beautiful. Meaning isn't something you find, it's something you create. It's something you build, something you choose. For some people, meaning comes from family. For others, it comes from art. For others, it comes from faith, or sport, or music, or helping people, or mastering a skill, or just pursuing a dream. The specifics don't really matter. What matters is that it matters to you. Because at the end of the day, that's what gives life its shape. Not some objective purpose handed down from above, but the things you decide are worth caring about. The things you decide are worth your time. The things you decide are worth your effort. And I actually find that comforting, because it means meaning isn't locked away somewhere waiting to be discovered. It means you have the freedom to create it, to define it, to shape it, to change it, to lose it, and to find it again. And maybe that's why I've become less afraid of uncertainty as I've gotten older. Because I've stopped looking for someone to tell me what life is supposed to mean. I've stopped waiting for a perfect answer. I've stopped expecting some grand revelation. Instead, I've started paying more attention to the things that make life feel meaningful to me. The people, the conversations, the hobbies, the experiences, the moments that remind me why I'm here. Will that answer everyone's questions? Probably not. Will it solve every problem? Definitely not. But it's where I've landed. Honestly, I think that's enough for me. Because if life is really a blank canvas, then maybe the goal isn't to discover the meaning of life. Maybe it is simply to create one worth living.